Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Sarah. Today I'm going to be doing a video on makeup that I've forgotten about. I feel very blessed that I have enough makeup to allow me to forget about other things, because if you're always trying new products, you get new favorites, you put your least favorites in the back of the drawer and never look at them again. And especially in quarantine where I'm not wearing makeup a whole lot, you just forget about products that they even exist. So earlier today, I went through my collection and tried to find something in each category that I haven't used in weeks. Some of these things I probably haven't even used in months. I want to say most, if not all, of the products are affordable or drugstore. Honestly, that's the vast majority of my makeup because priorities. So if you are excited for this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more beauty videos like this, and let's go ahead. Hold this hair back so it is out of the way. So a few videos ago, I did a week-long comparison of primers versus not using primer. I would do primer on one side of my face and no primer on the other side and compare throughout the day to see how my makeup lasted. If you haven't watched that video, you definitely should because it's quite shocking. And because of that, I haven't really been wearing primer that often. So most of my primers could actually qualify for this, but I decided to go with the CYO Matte and Blur Primer. I haven't been using this as often because this brand has been discontinued, but since this is the one that I'm pretty sure I last used, I thought I would put it in today's video. It feels very smoothing. I do really like this primer. You kind of have to put on a thick layer, but it definitely blurs. Like if I get a big clump and put it over my pores and smooth it out, it looks amazing. I'm really sad that I'm not able to buy this anymore. So once I'm done with this bottle, that's it. I still really like this primer and I think it did an incredible job of blurring my pores, especially right here. The only thing I don't like about this primer is that you have to wait a couple minutes after applying it because when you first put it on, it feels very slippery. So some foundations might not adhere to your skin as well. For foundation, I cannot tell you the last time I used this. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation. I am not really a fan of stick foundations by any means. I don't think they work really well on my skin. They always end up looking more cakey and makeup-y than liquid foundation does. But I remember kind of liking this. It seemed like it really depended on the primer, how long I was wearing it for. It really has been a long time since I've used it, so I don't entirely remember. I think it wasn't that bad, but I liked my liquid foundations better, so I never wore it. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk foundation brush. It's just a flat top kabuki. Yeah, it's looking makeup-y. Oh, no. It has about light medium coverage. I still have redness coming through, and it's not really covering a whole lot. You can see it on my skin. Like, I can see the texture and the cakiness from afar. It makes my skin look super dry. Let me see if I can zoom in. Like, especially on my forehead, it just looks so dry. It's like really settling into all of my lines and everything. This is called a shine-free foundation, and I know that when I used this, my skin was a lot more oily. I am on a prescription and I'm using niacinamide, which helps a lot with the oil protection on my face. So it's been diminished quite a bit. And I think that's why this is looking much, much worse than I remember it, because it is designed for oily skin and my skin is a lot less oily than it used to be. Ooh, that is just looking tragic. I feel like it makes me look so old. For concealer, I have another cream product. This is the PYT Beauty Concealer in Fair Neutral. Now this is like a stick cream concealer. I thought it would go well with the stick foundation, and I haven't used this in a while. I think I just get so used to if I have like a liquid foundation, I reach for a liquid concealer. And I've gotten a few different concealers within the past few months that I've also been trying to use up, so this just kind of fell under my radar, but I remember really liking it. It looked pretty natural. I'm gonna put some around my nose to cover up some of that redness. To blend it out, I'll be using the Morphe M173. I'm not sure if this would be better with a brush, or if it's better with just my finger blending it out. On this side, I'm just gonna use my finger and see how it looks. Okay, I think it blends out a lot better just by pressing it in with your finger. Okay, it's not looking good on my forehead. It may just be because my forehead was already looking super dry and cracky, and that just didn't help. Coverage is not the best. I definitely still have darkness coming through. I think I do remember this being a little bit more of a natural looking concealer, not something you want if you're looking for full coverage. It's probably also looking pretty bad because of what's underneath it. Okay, I don't want to powder my face. It feels like kind of dried down, but at the same time, really unstable. Like it's gonna slide off super easily. As for the concealer, I think I still like it. I'd like to give it another try on kind of like a no makeup day and with a different foundation, because I do not remember it looking this bad, and I think it probably has a lot to do with what's underneath. So to kind of set my face and prevent the foundation from sliding everywhere, I'm going to use the Essence All About Silky Matte Powder. I haven't used this in so long. I think it made me end up looking kind of cakey, so I didn't like it. That's why I haven't used it, or maybe just because it doesn't provide any extra coverage. But I'm just gonna put that all over. I'm also gonna put some to set my concealer as well. How do I feel about this? How do I feel about this? It didn't make my skin look that much worse, but since everything else looks so dry underneath, adding a mattifying powder on top of it did not help. Yeah, I do not have dry skin, but my skin looks so dry and cakey, and it's just looking really bad. Especially on my nose, it looks really powdery right here. So yeah, for the powder, I don't think this really works with my skin anymore. If my skin ever turns back to being super oily, it might help, but right now, nah. Okay, let's get some brows on this face. I think brow products are actually something that I go through the quickest, but I've been using a lot of brow pencils. That has been my favorite lately. So I haven't used this Maybelline Tattoo Studios brow pomade in a while. This is the shade 376 medium brown. I do really like this, and I used to use this a lot, but it takes a little bit longer than using a pencil. And if I'm racing to get to work, I want to do whatever's quickest. Will I have one video where my dog isn't barking? Probably not. Okay, this pomade feels a little bit dry. Probably been a lot longer than I thought since I've used it. Okay, I think I need to clean this brush because it's also hard to get a fine line. It's easier to maneuver if you have one of those micro pencils. So I'm gonna do my other eyebrow off camera to save some time. Okay, not bad. I still do like this. I remember it being a lot creamier, so it's definitely dried out, and there's a lot of product left, so this goes a long way because I used to use this every single day. So I might try and put like some eye drops in it to revive it a little bit, kind of like you can do with mascara or eyeliner. For like a contour bronze, I'm going to be using this AOA Sculpt FX contour stick in 3028 Nude. I do remember really liking this, but I never contour. I use bronzer, and that's about it. This is a great cool shade if you have fair skin, because so many bronzers and contour products are way too orange for fair skin, so they just make you end up looking like an Oompa Loompa. So finding something cool toned that won't make me look crazy is 1 in a million. Yeah, can you tell I don't contour often? This is the e.l.f. Foundation Blurring Brush. Ooh, okay, I do like that. I think that's a really good shade for my fair skin. I should use that more often. I think another reason why I stopped using it so often is because I usually powder on my cheeks, and I don't think it applies as well over powder. I'm also going to be applying some bronzer. Well, kind of. This is the CYO Matte Eyeshadow in Nothing to It. This is a great bronzer for me because it is also cool toned. Like I said, it is tough finding bronzers that aren't super orange. Like this is an example of one I got in an Ipsy bag. It's a great brand, Ofra, but that is so orange compared to my fair skin. It is so dark. So this is just an eyeshadow, but it's a wonderful shade. Add just a little bit more color to my face. Try and cover up that hideous foundation. Okay, I like that. That added some nice color to my face. I think it looks very natural. That bronzer might be the saving grace of this look. With blushes, I tend to rotate them quite often because I don't necessarily have a favorite blush, but I think this is one I haven't used in a little bit. It's the Cosmic Gangster Blush by Space Case. I remember liking it. It's kind of like a ColourPop texture where it's not quite cream, but it's also not quite powder. It's somewhere in between. I've gotten a lot of highlights that I really like lately, so this one has fallen under my radar. It's the Highlight Powder by Beauty Benefits. This I discovered in my Dollar Tree makeup video, and this highlighter is incredible, and you get 2 shades, quite a large pan, for $1. I love it because it can look pretty natural, but you can also build it up to make it look really beaming. Yep, still really like that. Next is eyeshadow, and this is one that was a little bit hard to find something because I think I'm a little bit more aware of when I'm not using a palette as often when it's my eyeshadow palette, so I try and rotate them quite often. This one I do use less often because it doesn't have any mattes in it. It's the BH Cosmetics Supernova. And everything is like a foil metallic eyeshadow, and they're really beautiful. They're pigmented, but I'm not always going for a foil eyeshadow look. And if I'm traveling, I don't want to bring just this because I want to have mattes. So for eyeshadow, I think I'm going to go for just one of those wet eyeshadow looks, like where you just primarily have a shimmery, glittery shade on your eyelid. I don't do those looks quite often. I usually like to incorporate a matte, but when I see it on other people, I really like it. These foil shadows definitely work best applied with your fingers and not brushes. It kind of just gets really sheared out and almost kind of patchy with a brush. So I think primarily I'm going to be using just my fingers. So I'm going to start off with Stella. I'm going to put that, just tap that on my eyelid. Okay, now that I just have like a light layer down there, next I'm going to apply some Celestial and Neutron on top. Celestial, I'm going to concentrate kind of in the middle of my eye, and then the Neutron, the little bit darker pink purple shade, I'm going to put more out here. I do really like these shadows. You can build them up to look super bright and powerful. Right now, I'm not really going for that look. I'm just tapping my finger in the pan and trying to get a light coating on my eye. But if you really want to get that, like, see it from across the room shine, you can with these. Put it in with Neutron. And go back in with Stella and put that over and try and blend out those other 2 colors. I do like that. It's a little bit more shiny than I'm used to, but it's cute. My camera died, so in the meantime, I did the same colors on my lower lash line. Now for the inner corner, I think I'm gonna do a mixture of Phoenix and Pegasus, because those are the 2 lightest colors, and I'm not sure if I wanna do bright white like Pegasus, so I might do a little combo of these. I don't know exactly what's causing it, but this concealer is like flaking off and rubbing away, like right there. It looks like a chunk just kind of got flicked away, and I don't know how. I don't know if that's because of the powder I put over the concealer, if it's the concealer, or if it's the foundation, because I blended the foundation kind of under my eyes as well. Eyeliner, I guess we have a theme because it's another CYO product. This is their semi-permanent eyeliner. I love, love, love the formula of this. It is the most waterproof, smear-proof eyeliner I have ever come across. I think I tried it out in one of my first videos, and I used to have such watery eyes that no eyeliner would work for me because by the end of the day, it would be gone in the corner of my eye where they water. But I found this, and it lasts all day. The only thing is I hate the brush. It's a very flimsy, not thin brush, so it's really hard to apply. Okay, this is looking horrible. Okay, I tried to fix it, and it might look a tiny bit better, but it's still looking really rough. I usually use an eyeliner brush with this, but I'm not sure where it is right now. And it's transferring. I forgot that it also takes a while to dry down. It's one of those things that once it's dry, it's staying there, but it has to get there first. For mascara, I have the Essence Lash Princess False Effect Lash Mascara, and this is the waterproof. Now, I meant to get the non-waterproof version, so I do really like it. I just try not to wear waterproof mascara unless I need to, because it is harder to get off at the end of the night. Even with a good oil cleanse, sometimes it's still tough to get really good waterproof mascara off. And just like the eyeliner, this, once it's on, it is on. You can wear it swimming, in the shower, it is not coming off. Like that made a huge, huge difference. Last but not least, we have lipstick. Now, so many of my lipsticks could actually qualify for this because I don't wear lip color that often. I used to wear it a lot more, but lately to work, I just haven't been feeling it. So there are some that I haven't touched in a long time. But to go with today's look, I'm using my Ipsy Betty Boop lipstick. I forgot that this smells amazing. It's like vanilla cake scented. I do like that shade. It is bolder than I typically wear. That's why I haven't used it very much. This is the final look. As far as products that I'm going to start using more often, definitely the CYO eyeshadow that I use as bronzer, as well as the AOA contour stick. Probably the Beauty Benefits highlight. If I can get the brow pomade to be a little bit more creamy, I would like to keep using it more. Products that were big fails today, obviously the foundation looks horrible. My skin looks just really, really rough today. I don't see myself using this ever again. The matte powder, since I'm not really oily anymore, I don't have a huge need for it, and I think it just made my skin look really dry. Everything else was just kind of in the middle. I also didn't have a setting spray because those I use interchangeably all the time, and I don't have one that I've forgotten about. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more like this and support me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I will see you hopefully in my next video.